Welcome to Cups and Courage, the podcast. Today's guest is Helena. Helena is a 3 times breast cancer survivor. She was diagnosed in 2014, 2017, and again in 2023. And she now works in anti-racism and anti-racism literacy in education. Cups and Courage, the podcast. Hello, Helena.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us all the way from Southampton.
All the way from Southampton.
Yeah.
So many miles.
So nobody will know where we're actually filming, but we're not in Southampton. No. So I appreciate your time today travelling.
That is okay.
And I'm very excited and appreciative of the fact that you've brought some biscuits.
Some biscuits. I hope you like the biscuits. Wait. Okay. What do you think it is?
Oh, don't do this. Okay. I know it's not this, but I've just got party rings going in my head, but I don't think they are party rings.
Am I giving off like a...
Yeah, you're giving off
party ring
vibe. Okay. Oh, yeah. Malted milk, chocolate malted milk.
Chocolate malted milk.
Oh, you...
Because...
Well, just because.
Who are you if you don't have chocolate on a biscuit?
But do you know what? I think that the chocolate malted milks are much more expensive than the other malted milks, which...
Are they?
Well...
I'm going to fact check this next time I'm in Sainsbury's.
Yeah, I don't know if I know that for sure. It might be something I think.
Wait, are you a dipper?
Well, I've got herbal tea today. No, I don't think I've ever dipped on herbal tea.
Then it's like a...
Can I dip in yours?
Yeah.
Is that all right?
Oh, wait, no, because I haven't got tea. It's coffee.
Oh, yeah, no, I'll do that.
Okay.
Thank you.
As long as you're
Doesn't
okay
feel
with
right in a herbal tea.
Coffee flooded chocolate malted milk.
Thank you.
Can I just...
Thank you for bringing your chocolate.
Bit of ASMR for listeners.
Malted milk. So, well, I've got a mouthful of biscuit. Big question to start. Mm-hmm. Helena, what is your definition of courage?
I'm so glad I've still got a mouthful of biscuit. It gives me a minute to think. My definition of courage is getting it done. I don't know what that means exactly. I need to kind of feel it through. But I think that one of the things that people always say to me is, oh my God, you're so brave. You're so inspirational. Wow. But in my mind, I'm like, okay, but wouldn't anybody just get on with it? Wouldn't, if you're faced with a diagnosis of some sort, that if you've got little people relying on you and, family and a life, I feel that the worst thing that anybody could do is sort of sit back and go, oh my God, this is terrible. You have to kind of just plod on. And I think I had really great examples of that. Growing up and watching my single mum just work like 4 jobs at a time, and like waking up in the morning and she's not there, but my school clothes were ready and I'd be on the bottom of the stairs waiting for her to come through the door from her first job and then take me to school, and then she'd go off to the next job. And I think that takes courage to just get on with it. What the situation was at the time, whatever you're presented with, that you just go, do you know what? I'm going to have to go through this anyway, right? So how can I do it in the best way possible so as not to things up completely, right? Like, don't just sort of fold and rest on this sort of miserable, because who's that benefiting? Yeah. Like, it definitely doesn't benefit you. Certainly not benefit the people around you. So was that courage? Was I forced into it? I don't know. But I think, courage is that, okay, this is a bit scary, but let's just get it done and see it through.
That resonates. And I also think, as a fellow cancer person, that phrase, so brave, I couldn't do it, that kind of, I don't know how you do it. It's hard. It's hard to hear because it doesn't make sense. But I understand what someone means by it. But you don't have a choice. Yeah. you know,
Yeah.
but I get that there is bravery or courage in terms of getting up and carrying on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I do. It's quite a common thing, right? We can joke about a little bit with people that have had cancer.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you're so brave.
Right.
My uncle died of cancer. I'm like, what? Why are you telling me that right now? Like, I'm still having treatment or whatever.
I think there should be a book of things not to say, or things, inappropriate things to say when someone. Yeah. I think we could do
a
that.
friend of mine was told, oh gosh, well, at least you haven't got like proper cancer.
No.
At least it's just breast cancer.
No.
Who says that? Where does that come from? Why do you think that that's an okay thing to say? That's crazy.
I would hope that someone who would say that would reflect upon it afterwards and go, that was a shitty thing to say. I shouldn't have said that.
So.
That was just a fleeting, and it came out discombobulated and not at all how I meant. I would hope. I hope that someone who would say that would say it once and realise that that's not the right thing to say ever.
I mean, we can hope.
Right. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I'm really interested, genuinely, to learn about Helena and who you are and your journey with cancer. So as you came in, I was like, don't say anything. Don't, because...
Yeah, I can't tell you much.
So I'm really interested.
So now I can tell you all the stuff.
Let's go.
Let's
So
get
tell me who you are.
I am a mixed race woman, 48 years of age, and I have two not children anymore. They're 18 and 20, my daughter and my son. I'm an ex-dancer of 25 plus year career. In that sort of histories of history and culture and terminology of black dances and hip hop and street dancey area of things, which I loved. I really, really loved that, but I got injured way, way, way too much. I am a breast cancer survivor 3 times, which is fun. And I now work in training for anti-racism and racial literacy, which sort of leads on quite nicely from my dance career and then experiences that I had through my cancer treatment, which I'm sure we'll get into.
Yeah. Was that, I'm interested actually. Didn't mean to jump in then.
No, go for it.
But your work now in anti-racism, you think that your cancer experience absolutely was a leverage for some of this, or is it a combination of who you are and your experiences through life have led you to this space where actually you can see it? Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah,
it certainly experiences from like my first day of school.
Yeah,
my first day of school, and then many things that, as an adult, especially when you become a parent, and then seeing your children go through stuff that you're able to reflect on and be like, wow, okay, I remember something like that happening when I was little. And then sort of seeing my kids and some of the things that they would, not moan and groan about, but would sort of mention stuff that had happened at school with teachers or with other classmates. That definitely was the turning point when I was like, hang on, how have I left school 30 years ago and this
and
is
nothing's
still
changed?
happening? Like this stuff is still a problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that, all of those bits added to it.
Yeah.
So me going through cancer, last thing I thought would be a problem would be who I am as a person, that would create any kind of issue. Because why would it?
Yeah.
Like, surely you get cancer, you go in, you get your chemo and you go home, right?
Yeah.
Like, why would it be different for anybody? But yeah, it was a problem, which even still in hindsight, I was making excuses, right? Because I'm in Southampton, very, very white area. I mean, there are spaces within it where it's not, but generally across the board, it's very white space. So I was making excuses, kind of going, oh, maybe it's because I'm in Southampton, and perhaps if I was in London, it wouldn't be so bad. But then speaking to friends of mine who are in London, and they're like, no, yeah, same thing for me,
systemic.
same problems.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so this is, a systemic issue. And why? It makes no sense. So yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I know you are much more than that. So I always
So
go,
much more.
so when we have to go really condense it down as a go, it's which bits of me should I pick to kind of give a bit of a snapshot of who I am. So I appreciate it.
Well, you're very
Okay,
welcome.
let's talk about cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And when so 3 times. Okay, I have to do this.
Was that good enough? Do we need to
No, I know.
second
Sorry,
try?
hang on.
Oh, it's a bit better. It's a bit more audible. Yeah.
Like you, right? I've had 3 diagnoses, 1 primary, 2 recurrence. It's the same. Mine were the same cancer. Now I know yours was not the same cancer, but I don't often sit down and have the opportunity to meet with people who've had that, and it's not secondaries. You know, thank everything that is. You know, and so and then your background of dance, and so feel like we're like, there's something. For like might be long lost twins somewhere, right?
We were
supposed
meant to be at this moment.
So I really resonate with a lot of what you're saying. I'm not a person of colour, right? I don't know the experiences that you have, but I know they're so real, and for me, this is so important for us to make sure that we're talking about these things for all of us, So, thank you. Firstly, I want to talk about cancer. Yeah. When were you first diagnosed?
First diagnosis was August 2014.
Yep.
The day of my son's birthday party.
Ah.
And because it's August, right? Like there needed to be people to look after the kids because I needed to go to the hospital. I'm not dragging them with me to the hospital. So that was the first one.
Give me treatment. What happened after this?
So diagnosed quickly into here's the plan. You're gonna need to have chemo. You will likely need to have a mastectomy. And I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, the mastectomy part wasn't. I was just like, oh, flip. Like, do you have to cut my boob off? And he was like, yeah, we can't allow you to safely keep your boob. And I'm like, okay, cool. Well, I'd take both then, which I didn't in the end. He was, the surgeon that I had was very like, no, we don't need to do that. And then when I heard the words chemotherapy, because I was in this appointment, right? And I'm like, I've got a birthday party to get to. I haven't got time for this shit. I need to, I've got like 2 hours until it starts. I need to go and, blow up balloons and put the birthday cake out and entertain a load of 9-year-olds, So I was very like, give me the info. And then when I heard chemotherapy, this weird moment of like, I immediately pictured myself as Nosferatu, the vampire, like that. Like bold with like sunken eyes and like dark patches of my skin, and I just like pictured myself looking like Nosferatu, and I was like, ah! And I cried for like maybe like 4 seconds, and they were very nice. And do you need a moment? And I'm like, no, I haven't got time for a moment. I'm fine. Like, I'll suck it up. Let's just get to the details. So then I shortly after started my chemotherapy. So I was having nasty stuff. Yeah, it's nasty stuff. But I was a self-employed dance teacher.
Show must go on.
I haven't got time to take time off.
Yeah.
You don't work, you don't get paid. Yeah. And I had this real sort of, maybe it was that thing that I mentioned earlier about my mum just being like, work. And in the back of my head, I'm kind of like, I can't take time off. So I was very, very lucky because at that time of my life, I was like my peak physical fitness. Like I had abs for the first time since I was 16. I was like 15% body fat. I was actually going to do a bodybuilding competition at the end of that year.
Okay.
So I was like,
Yeah.
ripped. But I was really, really healthy. I'm cardioing all day, every day.
Yeah.
So I figured, you know what? Let me just keep going until I can't anymore. So I was offered a mastectomy first and then to have chemo. But I was like, I'd rather one set of recovery.
Okay.
So I pushed my mastectomy back until after I finished my chemo.
Okay.
Because I'm like, then I can relax because I'll be whacked anyway from the chemo. So I'll have to relax, right? So I, 6 months of chemo, which was great fun. It wasn't great fun.
Yeah.
I'm lying.
Yeah.
And yeah, I managed it for the most part. I was still kind of working. And then a friend of mine who had gone through the same chemotherapy a couple of years previous, she was like, Helena, you need to take time off. And I was like, time off? Don't be silly. And she was like, no, because this next round, what's it called?
I know, but I can't.
The stuff,
Yeah.
the red thing. She
Red
was
devil.
like, it's gonna fuck you.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, maybe I'll take like a week off after each chemo, which I did because I'm a weirdo. So I literally had my chemo on the Friday, took the week off the rest of that following week, and then went back to work on Monday, did 2 weeks of work, and then had chemo again.
Yeah.
And it did not do well for me because I was tired.
I only got 2 kids, so yeah.
Not to mention the little kids that I'm working with, right?
Yeah.
That are like, Miss Noodles, have you got cancer?
Do you know what? And I know this is your story. I know, and I don't often do but I literally did the same.
Yeah, did you? Yeah.
So I was fecty. That for the first, I knew that I was going to be utterly useless for like 5-6 days.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want to go. And then I'd be back teaching, right? And standing there without a wig, totally bald.
Oh, really?
Just totally,
I didn't go. I tried to hide it, right?
Right.
I tried to hide it. So until my hair was completely gone, I'd be like wearing a headband because it's like going a bit here. And then when we finally cut it off a couple of months in, I was then wearing sort of like head wraps, but I kind of wore head wraps a little bit anyway. So I thought, well, the kids ain't going to notice.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was one very clever cookie in year 5 that was like.
What was your choice in? I don't want to assume I know the answer to this, but your choice in not telling the kids that you're teaching with, or you're teaching. Did you go? I'm going to just carry on as normal as I can for as long as I can, so I can compartmentalize cancer, or was it something else? Or
no? So I'm going to give you a scenario that happened, and then that's the reason why. Right?
Okay.
So I'm teaching PE to a group of I had 2 classes, so it's like 60 kids, just less than 60 kids, and we're all jumping around or whatever. Then we have a little sit down moment where we're having to talk about what we've done and and then one of the kids, this was this year 5 kid that was like, Miss Noodles, have you got cancer? And I said, what makes you think that? I'm thinking if they ask me, I'm not going to tell a lie, but I just don't need to mention it, right? And then another kid was like, yeah, because my nan wore one of them like scarf thingies on her head. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then there was a little girl to my left, and I will never forget it because she looked at me and she went, oh, you've got cancer. And the whole room, it was like electricity went pew, 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 and they all were crying. All of them.
Holy
like
shit.
Maybe minus like 2 kids. They were all like, Noodles has got cancer. And I'm like, okay, stop. Like, stop right now. And
oh my gosh.
And I'm like, okay, I'm not dead.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I'm here. I'm a person. I'm still standing in front of you. I'm not dead. Like, why are you crying?
Yeah. Wow.
So,
Okay. I mean, I understand. I totally
So that's
understand.
why I didn't want to kind of.
Yeah.
I always said, if somebody asked me, I'll tell them.
Yeah. But you don't need to. You didn't need to announce it in that space. Yeah.
And I was already kind of, I was quite open with it. In my first diagnosis, quite open, telling people, on Facebook and little announces and stuff, which worked for me because I realized quite quickly that I needed to be able to copy and paste the information instead of having to go over it.
Yeah.
So that was something I decided to do. Like I'd do a little video and post it, and then people would be like, "Oh, great!" And
a little update. Yeah. So thank you. Right. So first, 2014 August, chemo, horrific, single mastectomy.
Yeah.
Reconstruction.
Immediate reconstruction with an implant.
Right. And then trying to figure out what life looks like.
Yeah.
For the foreseeable.
Yeah.
Right.
Just kind of going from, you may have experienced the same sort of thing, but going from being super duper fit to then not really being able to do much.
Yeah.
Because it hurts.
Your range is different.
Or you've put on, the steroid weight and things. So, I stupidly waited 6 weeks to the hour probably before I started exercising, because my surgeons were like, don't do anything until at least 6 weeks. I'm like, right, 6 weeks? Yes, 6 weeks. They really should have, if they'd known me better, which one of them did admit later on, if we'd known you better, we'd have told you 12 weeks. Because on the hour, I'm like, I'm going to the gym.
Yeah.
So I'm at the gym and I'm trying to do stuff. And why was I doing I did a chest press.
It's okay.
Just let's skim over that. So I did that. And then I was doing something else and I put the normal weight on. And I just remember I think it was like a tricep pull down or something, right? And I just remember not being able to. I couldn't do it. And I just head butted into the pole, where the cable machine is, and just went, and just sobbed into the gym equipment. Because it's my body just won't do what it's supposed to do.
And when your body has
really
been a vehicle for decades of achievement, of pride, of all those things, and suddenly a thing that is seemingly quite normal for you becomes a massive mountain. Those are hard moments.
It was crazy.
Because not everybody sees those moments either. They're really quiet ones, and they, I know.
Yeah, nobody saw me crying on the cable machine. I think. They probably have it on CCTV. I don't know.
Well, at least it's not 2026. You wouldn't have people filming everything all the time, right?
God,
yeah,
women's crying.
Yeah, exactly.
So
okay. So look, I don't want to. I am mindful that we could spend a lot of time talking about this, right? But I want to move to your second diagnosis, right?
Yeah,
so there would have been a period of time where figuring everything out, not being the same person you were before.
100%. PTSD. I was diagnosed with PTSD, which was bonkers to me. I didn't know that was coming. So I was barely out of finishing my treatment, really.
Yeah.
And it was a local reoccurrence.
Yep.
Although there was a little bit of uncertainty over whether it was a reoccurrence or not. Yeah. But we'd need a time machine to go back and be certainly sure. And I had my investigations. Then I was called up and told, oh, it's not cancer. And I was like, oh, okay, great. Now, bearing in mind I had PTSD and I was having panic attacks regular, just going up to the hospital. It was I did not want to go near the hospital. I quite easily could have gone, okay, great, thanks, bye. And then not be here talking to you now.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's only because I'm the type of person where I'm like, no, that doesn't fit for me. So you either need to tell me what it is. If you know what it isn't, you need to tell me what this lump is, because it's definitely not right. And what had happened is that the needle where they'd gone to tissue grab had literally just gone through between cancer cells and grabbed just like regular stuff.
Oh my God.
I know, right? Crazy. How does that happen? So I was like, no, I think it is. I think it is cancer. I want something else.
Yeah.
And I was kind of talked out of it, like, no, it's fine. It says here, no evidence of disease and da-da-da. And politely, I was like, listen, lady.
Yeah.
You're going to get me in to see the surgeon again because I need to discuss this with him. He then took me in for an excision biopsy. It's chopped out a nice big chunk. Had me in and was like, you're quite right, it is cancer. And I was like, see, I knew it. I knew it was. And the nurse, who was the one who phoned me up, was stood behind him going, and I said, you can stop nodding your head. You're the one who told me it wasn't, right? So
wow.
Yeah, so that was a moment. So there we go again.
And that's
it was
what's the time frame between first diagnosis and second?
2014 and then 2017.
Right.
So they threw more chemo at me. I'd had the oh gosh, I've forgotten the name of it and what it would be called.
The tamoxifen?
No, trastuzumab.
Yes.
So I had that on my first lot. So I had that for like a year. So then the second one, they were like, okay, we're going to throw pertuzumab and trastuzumab at you.
Okay.
And we're going to change your chemo. So I had like carboplatin and had it was slightly adjusted. At this point, I was like, I'm going to die. That's like, because almost everybody that I knew, so many people that I'd known, had it come back and it was like game over.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm going to die. And I spent most of my time just kind of like, shit. Like what? The kids, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was like a whole journey just in itself, you know? And I think you know your body, but your mind plays some serious tricks.
Well, because it's influenced by what's already happened, you know, and so you're not in a neutral space at all. So
yeah. So I mean, I think I was just thinking, I don't know, and you know, there were conversations at home about, you know, should I have the chemo? Maybe I should go down like a cannabis oil route. Maybe I should. And I was just like, no, I just want all the drugs and
throw
all
them at
the
me.
Chemo. Just give me everything. So that's where we went.
Yeah.
And then 2023 was the year when I had the return. It was another cancer, so it wasn't a recurrence.
Yeah.
It was a brand new primary cancer in my other breast. So weird, just the fact that it turned up at all. I'm like, what is this? Finally, they decided to do some genetic testing.
Yes.
No genetic markers whatsoever.
All right.
One of the surgeons was like, I think you're just unlucky. I was like, yeah.
You could say that.
Yeah. So,
okay.
Yeah, so it was reverse biology. Luckily, thank God, no chemo this time. Okay. So it was just radiotherapy. Yeah. Which was hard enough, to be honest. I know it's sort of the easier side of treatment, as far as like the toll it takes on your body. But, you know, I'm just glad that I didn't have to have chemo again, because that would have sucked balls.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I am still aghast the fact that you had it twice, you know, like for me, you know. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a bit speechless. Okay, yeah, a little bit. I'm gonna just eat the rest
of your biscuit.
Okay, just because I'm okay. Yeah. So let's talk about some of the healthcare experiences that you had then across the what we're talking 2014 to 2020. That's 9 years, right? Across that, is that a 9 year spread?
Yes, it is. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So give me some highlights.
Some highlights
or lowlights, conversely.
I mean, I've already mentioned the PTSD. That was crazy.
Yeah.
That was really, really bonkers. And it's not something that you associate with a cancer diagnosis, but that was...
Was that after your first?
That was after my first one.
Yeah, okay.
So my son, bless him, the most beautiful boy ever. So he was a little bit of a gamer, and there was a game that he was playing regular while I was having my treatment, and even beforehand, he was really into this game. And he hadn't played it for a little while. Excuse me. And then suddenly he decided he's going to play it. And the theme music I shit you not, right? The theme music for this game plays the weather outside of the window, the rain, the smell coming from the kitchen, like everything all at once was like, whoa, bam. And I just kind of stood in the living room going, oh God, oh God.
Yes.
And all I'm thinking in the tip top of my head is, don't let the kid see. So I've kind of like waddled out into the kitchen, excuse me. And then my other half turned around. He's like, you all right? And I just went, whoosh, and just bam, straight to the deck. And the next thing I remember is him kind of just scraping me off of the kitchen floor and then putting me into bed.
Right.
And sort of the kids were like, well, his mum's in it. And he's like, no, she's just really tired. She's just really tired. So that was the first time. And I didn't know that that's what it was. But yeah, it was horrendous. Like a ton of bricks.
Yeah.
So it was something that started to happen a little bit more frequently. You know, panic attacks in the car and, you know, that sort of things. That was all like, that was probably the worst part of it all, was the mental health side of things and how it just messes with you.
Were you able to access support? And I know, you know, I'm saying those words, but could you speak to anybody outside of your family unit about that? What was the healthcare support like around your own mental health?
So there's a thing in the Black community, and it is keep it to yourself. I know a lot of people that are like that. Excuse me. Also saying that, my mum was about as Irish as it gets, so she was very much the same. It's like, you don't, you know. So I for the most part was just kind of getting on with it, thinking I'm all right, fine, I'm all right, I'm fine, I'm all right, I'm fine. I did go to some counselling through a charity that was near me, but what I now realise in hindsight was that a lot of support that I tried to access wasn't really for me.
Okay.
It wasn't really for me because I wasn't sat in front of somebody who understood who I was.
Yeah, okay.
First of all, there's the fact that I was like a super fit dance teacher and I was only 36. Like, why am I there with breast cancer in the first place? Everybody that I'm seeing in the treatment rooms and stuff, they're all far older than me and much whiter than me.
Yeah, and it's all the booklets and stuff as well, right?
It's all like
they're not representative at all of
a little maple with a lavender rinse.
Yeah.
Like I can't relate at all. And so it's the same in the opposite direction, right? Those people can't really relate to me either.
Yeah. Okay.
And so when it stuck out to me that I wasn't getting the support that I needed was when I went to go and get my free wig, my £100 voucher for my free wig.
Yeah.
And I think even at the time, I didn't realise, it wasn't until afterwards, it wasn't until later that I was like, hang on, something's not right about that. So I'd gone to go and have my appointment to get my free wig, right? The wig lady, for conversation purposes, was like, oh yes, we can definitely get you what you need and and send me some pictures. And I was like, okay, well, this is what my hair looked like before I dyed it, so it was this colour, and this is what it looks like normally, and here are some websites and some links and some pictures of the kind of thing I'm looking for. Absolutely no problem, we can get you that, don't worry, we'll definitely be able to get you what you need. So I go in, I look at the catalogue. Flick. I'm like, well, obviously I'm not going to wear a straight blonde wig. Flick. I mean, my mum's a redhead, but I'm not. Flick. Not liking the sort of Cleopatra fringe look. No, flick. Get to the back where there's some black wigs, out of stock.
No.
But there's only 2 pages, mind. There's only 2 pages.
Out of the whole catalogue?
Out of the whole catalogue. And they were all out of stock. Now, if you visit Southampton, you know it's not out of stock because of oversubscription. Okay. There's not that many black people with cancer. And I don't think that all the little old white ladies were rocking Afro wigs. Yeah. Let's be honest.
Yeah. I mean...
as fun as it may be. So yeah, I was like, okay, well, like, what do we do then? Well, we need to get your wig from a like a proper supplier, somebody that we've, looked into, whatever. Like, you can't just go and get your own wig. And I'm like, that's ridiculous. Because I can literally go down the area, which is like the black area near where I live. I can literally go down the area and I can buy a wig now. I can have a wig in the next half an hour. Oh, no, well, you can't do that. Da, da, da. You'll have to do it at your own cost. And I'm like, what?
Wow. But you're entitled to £100 free wig, right? So that's...
But it has to be
through their suppliers and through their...
Right. So the average wait time for a wig is, it may have changed now, but at the time it was 2 weeks. I was told 2 weeks I'd have a wig. Guess how many weeks I waited?
Oh, I don't even want to, because
No,
I know
I really
it
want
wasn't...
you to guess.
Okay, but...
I really want you to guess.
But I don't want it to be this long.
No, go on.
Okay, I'm gonna... I know it's not. I know it's longer than this. I'm gonna say 6 weeks. Go on.
11 weeks.
No.
11.
That's nearly 3 months.
Mate, my hair was coming back.
Yes.
I'm like, I don't need the fucking wig now. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, it got to the point where, I'm like, okay, give me the money then, and I'll just go and buy. Oh, we can't do that.
Yeah.
And we went backwards and forwards. I was like, look, I'm not having this. And I, unfortunately, became the personification of the angry black woman, and kind of just said, look, right, I'll go and buy a wig, then you reimburse me, which they then agreed to. And then eBay ended up being my wig supplier.
Yeah.
So not the cancer charity that was attached to the hospital, eBay is where I got my wig from. Bonkers. That should not be happening at any point ever.
But to your point, I know you were making light from an oversubscription perspective. It's not that, right? So we know this out of stock. Why? Right? Why are you not? Why are we not? I mean, we know, but that's the.
So I got a lovely wig from eBay.
Did you get your money on it?
I got my money.
Okay,
I made sure I
fine.
ordered one that was £100-ish.
Yeah.
But obviously didn't wear it for very long because I didn't really need to.
Yes.
It's getting a bit itchy with the little fluff coming through and that.
Yeah.
But
wow.
it was really at that point where I realised something wasn't quite right. But also it was the conversation that I had with said wig lady when I phoned her up after she'd left me a wig that was perfect for me and I'd been to try it on.
Hang on, is this perfect for you? Is this what she said was perfect? Or was this this is the wig that you want?
She said it was perfect.
I see.
And I brought a picture.
You've brought a picture with you today? Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
So, let me just give you the thing. Right. Okay. So, hi, yes, well, got a great wig for you. It's perfect. It's the right colour. The texture's great. The length, don't worry about the length so much because don't forget, we can just cut it and style it so it's more you. But I really think you're going to love this one. Listen, I'm not there on Tuesday. So if you just come on in to try it on and then let me know what you think. Okay, cool. Thank you very much. Bye. So I go to the hospital. And my friend who works in the child unit was on her lunch break, came with me. And she's the one who had cancer before me. She's great support for me, wonderful support. So she's like, let's go try this wig on. So I get this wig in a bag. And it's in the bag, okay? So I'm like, I'm not sure. I'll try it. So then, you kind of have to go through the
Yes. Yeah.
and flick it back.
Yeah.
And my friend was in fits of laughter. She couldn't believe what she was looking at. And I'm like, the fuck? So I look in the mirror and I'm just like...
Okay, I need to see this wig, right?
I don't think you're ready.
Okay. No, because I can't even picture, right? I can't picture... Babe.
Well, it's serious stuff. Okay.
My brain is not braining.
No,
right now.
No, it's. So if Dukes of Hazzard,
Yes,
remember them?
Yes.
And then like somebody from Dynasty or Dallas.
Yes.
Remember them programs?
Yeah.
If they had like a weirdly shaped love child with the 118 brothers, that's what we end up with.
Okay, I mean,
Gross, isn't it? Is it?
Oh, okay. So firstly, you're bossing it anyway. You look. You look. Okay, but the wig itself, questionable.
No, yeah,
okay.
Dude, the
but
wig.
I think the issue I have is how convinced the wig lady was that this was perfect for you, but she conveniently wasn't there when you came to try it.
Okay, she convenient. And listen, I'm gonna say that God was good on that day.
Yeah,
because I would have.
Yeah,
I'd have had her up the wall by her throat, frankly, because that was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. And I was angry because how have you made me wait this long?
So that's the one that you waited 11 weeks for? Goodness.
Yeah.
Okay.
So have you made me wait this long? And then you come with this mad looking, I don't even know what it is. It's like
there is a real, so, you know, speaking to people about this, there is this real lack of awareness or, you know, around the different things that we need based on who we are.
Right.
It's the same, like prosthesis, the same, right?
Well, so I mean, I want to tell you the conversation that I had with her after I'd seen the wig.
Yeah.
So I'd messaged her and sort of said, it is not good. I'm not sure why you thought that was going to be. And she kind of tried to talk me into, well, we can style it, da 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 da. And I'm like, no, you can't style that. There's no way. It's awful. And then her trying to explain, she said, well, most coloured ladies like to have straight wigs. And I said,
Yeah.
First of all, it's not 1937, so we don't use the word coloured. But secondly, are you offering me a straight wig because me needing a curly one is inconvenient for you? Like, what's the problem?
Yes.
And so there was a lot of...
I wonder what she would have said if she was asked, what do most white women choose then? What's that?
Right.
Do they choose the straight wig as well?
Yeah.
Do they, or do you not notice any trends? Like, so
but I'm like, how are you?
How is, you know, it's almost gone. I mean, I also know that people try. They're not, you know, sometimes they don't have the information and they think they're doing the right thing. And they're not setting out to, but then they're not being pro enough, right? Yeah. That to meet the needs of what their job or whatever it is, you know, as a human, you know. Yeah. But
this is the thing that I was talking about earlier, you know, when I was saying that in those spaces, I couldn't relate to anybody. Yeah. But it's also true for the reverse, right? And that's why, like with the work that I do now in anti-racism, it's all based around safe, open spaces for conversation. Because I think that we have a lot of conversations around many other differences, you know, under the equality banner. But when it comes to racism, we're a little bit prickly. So that was my, you know, what I wanted to do was kind of bring something where it's like, look, you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah, learning.
You don't know what you don't know. I'm sure there's plenty of things. I know there's plenty of things, as much as I like to say I'm always right. There's a lot of things that I don't know, right? And unless you're faced with somebody in a particular position that you can have a conversation with,
an open, safe conversation where you're not feeling on the defense or whatever. And,
right. And it's meant to be no judgment because everybody's there to learn, right? So if somebody asks a stupid question, it's like, well, no, they've asked that question because they want the answer. And why would we laugh at them for that? They haven't had that answer yet. You know, and fair play for them to feeling comfortable enough to ask a question.
So that conversation then, so she listened, she gave a little bit of her rationale based on why she thought that was, but how did it finish? What was the outcome? Did she just...
I can't remember.
But was she like, okay,
I was so fuming.
Yeah.
I was so fuming. As soon as she dropped the coloured thing, I was like, listen.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
we're not going there.
Yeah. And it's not your job as well to teach, especially
Right.
in the moment.
Well, look, I'm in a position where I'm having chemo. I'm, first chemo, first cancer. I don't know. Am I going to live or not?
Yeah.
I'm basically fighting for my life against all the drugs that are being pumped in my system. And now I've got to fight with somebody about whether or not I'm coloured or I want a straight wig.
Or the use of their appropriate use of language, and how they show up.
Yeah.
To meet the needs of every woman or, person that comes in. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. What was your eBay wig like?
It was like a Brazilian sort of curly thing, and it kind of went to here and had a side parting.
Very nice.
Yeah, very nice. Good. No, it was good.
Yeah.
It was good. I didn't wear it for long because I was just like, I don't even need it now.
Yeah.
So I quickly became comfortable, and it was probably because of all the crap with not having a wig and having to struggle. And of course, my nickname is Noodles, right? Because of my hair.
Yeah.
So I don't think necessarily I was so worried about losing my hair, but I was worried about how everyone else felt about me losing my hair.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. A friend of mine actually gave me quite a good name when all my hair fell out. Egg Noodles.
I was genius.
All right. No, I mean, that's great, isn't it? Anyway, so I was Egg Noodles for a bit. But it's... I think I quickly got comfortable because I realised it's like, well, look, I'm at the end of this now. I might as well just rock the head.
Yeah.
So.
Can I, on this vein then, we're talking about kind of having to advocate for yourself based on who you are. Did you feel that happened throughout your healthcare support, or were those more? Did you feel they were most isolated pockets, like the wig situation? How aware were you of being a mixed race woman through your cancer journey?
So I think there's different levels to it.
I mean that.
I understand. No,
okay,
100% get it. There are different levels. There's the. Imagine it like a rainbow, like there's different stripes. Do you know what I mean? So the part about me being a mixed race woman, especially I think because of my age at the time, because I was so much younger than everyone I was seeing around me, that was just a constant, and I'll be honest, I think that there's growing up in Portsmouth, which is even whiter, and, it's always been something that's just kind of it's in the back of my head, like I'm walking down the street. I'm far more comfortable walking through Peckham High Street than I am walking through, Portsmouth City Centre. But like that, that's always there. And then I think that then makes you kind of a bit hyper vigilant to when something is going to happen.
Yeah.
And I think it's something that a lot of people that I've spoken to, not just in the cancer space, but just being black or being black women specifically, because it can sometimes be, there's a whole bunch of, extra challenges that go with that.
Yeah.
That you kind of, that's where these tropes of like the angry black woman come from. And it's because you're kind of like, hyper vigilant. You're like, when's the next shit going to be thrown at me? Like, where's it coming from next? It's almost like you can't let your guard down.
Yeah.
And so, I think that unfortunately made me a bit of a difficult patient. Certainly my second time round. Ooh, I was horrible. I was not a good patient because I was like, why am I even here? Like, why have I got cancer a second time?
But challenging you. I don't know. You were living it.
Yeah.
But from what I'm hearing, is it a bad patient or is it just because you're not playing ball anymore?
Yeah, I wasn't playing ball.
Right. But I don't think that's the bad thing. It might indicate more how much you were playing ball. up before.
Yeah.
And when actually it's absolutely fair to go, why are we here again? I've had to fight for this. And if I hadn't used my voice, I might not be here.
You're
So actually,
right. Yeah.
so I don't want to, I've just met you today.
Yeah.
But I know sometimes I say things and I hope people also go, is that really the truth? Or was it just more so
I appreciate that. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Just,
I don't think it's, I think, again, it's always that sort of worrying about how you're being seen. And I certainly would have been seen by people in the other chairs as a difficult patient.
Yep, fine. I mean, I'm saying fine. I know it's you living it, but if you hadn't been a difficult patient,
yeah, of course, because none of them knew where I'd been and what had been my story up until that point.
Yeah.
So yeah, I appreciate you pointing that out.
I do understand it's not that easy, right? And there's lots of different layers in that, but yeah, I think they missed mine as well, and so
really,
yeah. And so I
your second?
No, my first was. Yeah. This is a bottle of wine conversation, but yeah, but there was a
waiter.
There was a real fight, and always a fight, and then as you say, different. My vigilance was different, came from a different place.
Yeah.
But this rule: if I don't advocate for myself, you buggers are too busy,
Right.
and actually, it didn't get me very far being really nice to everyone, because I just made everybody else's job easier. It's just easier, and but it. I think we've got whatever that looks like, and it doesn't have to be perfect either, because we're just trying our best.
Yeah,
we're not intentionally going out to make people's lives difficult, but the questions we have are different at different times, and so
100%.
Listening to you, I there's a lot that it feels like I'm hearing a version of myself, in the tenacity, in the fight, in the just in the bits as well that have happened along the way, and your kids, and the impact on them, and we haven't touched upon partner and family stuff. So I'm going to put a pin in this and say, please come back from Southampton again, and we can have more conversations.
Okay, but only if you send a limo.
Oh. Yeah.
Limo driven.
Absolutely fine. Absolutely fine.
And I'll step out with my big fur coat and my shades.
Yes. Let's do that. Okay, so
excuse me.
A couple of reflective pieces then, just to bring us round. So I suppose my first reflective question for you is, if there was someone listening that's going through something similar, who listens to this and it really resonates, and they go, I can feel some of that.
Yeah.
Have you got any nuggets of wisdom? Is there anything that what advice would you give someone?
I think there's things that I've learned in the after of cancer, the ebb and flow of everything that happened. And certainly it's knowing when to actually rest. I actually do day naps now sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah. Never day napped before.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
I'm going for a nap. And we get, as I did, we get spiraled into this, like, get on with it. You're fine. It's okay. Well, look, you're not, like, I used to joke with people, like, they'd be like, oh my gosh, like, and how are you? Like, they'd look at my boobs.
Yeah.
How are you? How are you boobs? I'm like, I'm up here. But I'd be like, it's only a bit of cancer. It's not like I've got a cold or anything, and I joke it off. Yeah. And while that's fine, it's a thing that you're kind of doing to kind of go, actually, I don't really want to talk about it, so leave me alone. I think it's really important to understand that you don't have to shield people from how you feel all of the time. It's not your job. Like, if they want shielding, they can leave the room or leave your space, leave your house, whatever. And I think allowing yourself to feel whatever is going on in your mind or in your body at that moment, just allow yourself the opportunity to feel it, or whenever the next possible opportunity for you to have some time to yourself, then to feel it. Because I think a lot of what happened for me is that I pushed it away for so long. I'm fine, that then suddenly, once cancer was done and I had a moment to breathe, it all slapped me in the face. Whereas I needed to take like little pokes along the way to then not get that massive impact at the end.
It's learning though, isn't it? I think if you've grown up with a role model of it's fine, we get on, we do, you know, and there's potentially no big negative impact to that apart from to ourselves, right? Sometimes it's an old habit, you know, but actually if we can, you're right, if we can almost try and pick up those spaces where there is an opportunity just to pause or just to come back a moment and come out of doing and back into being just for a minute before it all compounds.
Yeah, right. Because survival mode is where we usually find ourselves.
Yes. Yeah.
It's in this survival mode, and it will allow you to survive a certain amount. It doesn't work thoroughly all the way through. It's not survival full stop.
Yeah.
It's for now, I'm going to survive mentally through this. And then your body will go, I got other plans, honey.
Yeah.
And then take you the fuck down.
Yes.
So, you know, you really need to kind of allow yourself those moments. And if somebody's in front of you and they're just like, oh no, you'll be fine. Like, maybe you need to just like get over it or whatever. You have my permission to punch them in the throat. Punch them in the throat, right? And then walk away.
So we don't condone violence, but...
I do. We at Cups and Courage, I do. Yeah. No, it's you know, it's kind of like that, you know, not taking shit from people because you've got enough to deal with, right? So certainly that would be something that I hope I've given an answer. Actually, that somewhere in there is an answer. For everybody it's different. Yeah, but I know everybody has those moments of, oh my god, like this is too much, and then you go, it's fine, I've got to go and do the shopping, otherwise the kids aren't having dinner. Like, you know.
Last bit of reflection.
Yeah.
If there is a breast care nurse, if there is a clinical professional, someone that supports you know, us in our journey as patients, if there's someone listening who actually in their day-to-day they don't see many people of colour, maybe they just see white people all the time and that's it, and I know you can't speak on behalf of, you know, the world, but is there anything that you know, anything that you would say to somebody who wants to learn how to be better? And I know there's loads of anti-racism work out there, right? So it's there's also, people have got to take some ownership and go and find it. It's there. You can't have conversations all the time. People need to do their own work. So that's a caveat. But within the context of breast cancer, you know.
Yes, I think, again, it's back round to that conversation of you don't know what you don't know. Yeah. Right? But you do know what you already know. Why just use that as your only thing, right? So it's taking a moment to step back and go, you know, even if that fleeting little moment goes through your head where you're like, oh, she seems a bit angry. Whoa, hang on. Like, fix that, take that out. Yeah. Like, why did I think that? How, I don't know. It's like when you come into contact with anybody, and so it expands through into the space of discussion around race, right? Yeah. Is that you'll be standing next to a guy at a bus stop. You don't know that his wife died a week ago, that, you know, something terrible has happened. His kids don't talk to him, or do you know what I mean? And he's on the verge of being evicted. Like, you don't know. You just see a guy at a bus stop. And so that happens for everybody, right? You see everybody you don't know what just happened to them an hour ago, this morning, yesterday, last week, last year. What are they recovering from? What is their problem right now? What pain are they feeling? Like, and so applying that in all circumstances because it can be very easy for us to judge people based on what the media has pushed down our throats so well for such a long time.
Yeah.
You know, people of a certain religion are this. That's a stereotype.
Yes.
People of a certain race, colour, whatever, are usually like this.
Yeah.
You know, you see a group of teenage boys walking into Tesco with their trousers hanging around their backsides and their hoods up. What you don't realise is actually that they're probably really intelligent kids, and one of them's going to be a surgeon one day. You know what I mean? So it's not judging people based on what you've been told to judge people. It's
a bias, right? Being aware of whatever biases are going on.
Unconscious bias. It's not unconscious. It's subconscious. And whatever you think about something, whatever you think you know and you've learned, you can unlearn and redo. And I always try to make a habit out of looking at something. You know, I get a lot of racism and stuff online through the work that I do. I get a lot of stupid stuff. But I try to understand, like, where did that come from? Why did they think that? Why have they come with that comment? Like, what does it mean for them? Where did that, you know, do you know what I mean?
I do, yeah.
Understanding both sides. Like, I don't just go straight in with like a, you know, and argue against it, because what's the point? Because they already don't get my side. But maybe if I understand what they're doing a little bit more, and I suppose that's something that we can apply to just whoever's in front of us. Like, don't just be like, well, I think you're wrong. Try and understand how they got to that wrong answer.
Yeah.
And then help them to understand how to sort of, you know, undo it.
Yeah.
And come to a place of understanding.
Thank you. I only have my experience, right? So I don't have the experience of turning up at a breast ward or in a hospital setting and not seeing imagery that looks like me. It's subconscious. I don't even think about it. That's I don't notice it. Yeah. So I can only imagine what it must be like for people to turn up in a space where already they're in a vulnerable space because of what is going on for them, and to feel even more isolated than they might do, you know. Yeah. And so it's a real thing, and it's really important that we're all talking about it, because it's not just your job, right? It's not your it's my job. It's everybody's space to do more. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I bloody love this conversation. I knew I would. I knew I would. But yeah, it's been brilliant to have you. And
Thank
you.
It's been good fun being here.
Yeah. Well, it's all right, isn't it? We don't condone violence, but it's been quite fun.
We don't condone violence. We don't condone violence, but like I always try to, it's something that I've taught my daughter. I'm like, be polite, be kind, be respectful. If you've tried all three, punch that motherfucker in the throat. Right.
On that note, it's so lovely to have you, Helena.
Are we still recording? Sorry, I thought we'd finish. But no, it's important to know where your boundaries are, right? And to not let people cross them, because that then messes with your own energy, and then you can't have the energy to go out and give to others, you know, if you're all off balance.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cups and Courage shares honest, personal stories of people affected by breast cancer. The views you hear are those of the guests and host and don't replace medical advice. If you're concerned about your health, please speak to a doctor or healthcare team. Cups and Courage, the podcast.